morning, you guys. So I made 2 videos so far, and I wanted to make something that was a little bit shorter for you guys, more of just a good morning stretching routine, just to go into the day feeling a little bit lighter. I don't know about you guys, but I like to sleep in some weird positions. So every morning I wake up with some tightness in my back and just overall feeling like I've been crammed like this or however. So let's just do some morning stretches together. So we're gonna come to a seated position on our mat. You can use yoga blocks for this. So I'll show you some poses that you can use with the blocks. If you don't have blocks for now, don't worry about it. But like I said, they are a great investment if you are serious about practicing more regularly at home, okay? So we're gonna bring the right leg to cross over the left. Let's sit up nice and tall and just start with some circles, circling out the torso, drawing a circle with the crown of the head, feeling out the range of motion that works for you and your body right here. We're gonna take 5 deep breaths. Inhaling through the nose, as well as exhaling through the nose. Go ahead and find stillness. Let's go the other way. Just circling it out in the other direction. All right, let's go ahead and find stillness. Let's just bring the right hand over to the right side of us. Left arm reaches up. Gaze over the left hand. Just feel a slight bend in the left side body. Depending on your flexibility, maybe you move the right forearm down to the floor to feel a little bit more. Now go ahead and come all the way up. Left hand comes down to the floor, right arm reaches up. 5 deep breaths here. Once again, maybe working your way down onto the forearm, depending on the flexibility here. Now go ahead and come all the way through center. Let's come to a tabletop position. You'll see pretty much most of my practices, I always start with this pose. So we've been here before. Let's inhale for cow pose. Drop the belly, gaze up. Exhale for cat. We'll take 5 rounds of breath just like this. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. On the exhale, push the floor away. Really hugging the belly button in. Let's pause right here for 3 deep breaths. Keep your eyes at your knees. Actively pushing the floor away. Now inhale for cow pose. Let's pause here for 3, for 2. Now exhale back to a neutral spine. Let's go ahead and tuck the toes. Lift the hips up and back. Taking our downward facing dog, let's just pedal the heels into the mat right here. We'll be here for 5 deep breaths. Keeping the gaze at the ankles. Now let's lift the right leg high. Let's take a bend in the right knee and we're gonna circle out the hip. So just draw a circle with the right kneecap. Slow and controlled circles here. Oh yeah, good morning hips. Go ahead and circle it out the other way. 5 in the other direction. Good, now inhale, lift the right leg high. On the exhale, let's place it down. Moving into it on the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg high, take a bend in that knee. Let's circle out the hip. Let's circle it out in the other direction. Go ahead and place that leg down. Now inhale, look forward. On the exhale, let's step to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise, come all the way up. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Setting our intention right here today. My intention is going to be to move into my day with a little bit more compassion. Go ahead and release the hands beside you. Not only compassion for others, but compassion for myself and my body. Go ahead and release the hands all the way down. Let's grab a hold of a block. If you don't have one, like I said, you do not have to use one. We're gonna come to a wide straddle position. And we'll inhale up for star pose. As you see, I'm taking a big bend in my knees as I circle. Inhale the star pose. In our exhale, let's sit the hips down to goddess pose. Let's rock back and forth right here for 5. Opening up the hips a little bit for 3. You can't see, but I'm really hugging my belly button in here, keeping the shoulders stacked over the hips. Now we're gonna bring our hands to our thighs. On the inhale, lift the chest up. On the exhale, drop the left shoulder, gaze over to the right. Gentle twist. Now inhale through center. Exhaling over to the left. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale through the middle. Exhaling to the right. Last one, inhale, come through center. Exhale over to the left. Now inhale, come through center. Let's burst back up to star pose. Gazing up to the ceiling. Noticing one of our strengths right here this morning. And honoring that strength by using it today. Let's go ahead and spin the toes so that they're in. Arms come parallel to the floor. We're gonna take 1 deep breath in. On the exhale, just let the head, neck, and shoulders release down to the floor. You can bring the hands to the ankles, maybe the shins. See where it feels good to you. The important part here is that we're shifting from the hips. So you really want to press the hips back. Coming down with a flat back, releasing the torso down. Let's pause right here for 5 deep breaths. Let the head, neck, and shoulders hang heavy. You can just nod the head yes. Shake it out no to make sure you're not holding any tension here. You can always bring the feet out a little bit wider or maybe step them in a little bit closer. Just do what feels good to you and your body. You should feel a fabulous stretch along the back side of the legs. Now I'm gonna have you lift halfway. Our belly button's hugged in, nice and long spine. If you have a block, we're gonna bring a block over to the right side. Lift the right arm up. So our left hand is down at that block. The right hand is lifted. You don't have to use this block here. You can just bring the hand to the shin. Lift the right arm up. We'll take 5 deep breaths here. Go ahead and release the right hand down. Over to the left side, left hand reaches up. 5 deep breaths. Go ahead and release that left hand down. Now inhale, lift halfway once again, hug the belly button in. On the exhale, fold. Release the torso down. This time, let's grab a hold of opposite elbows. Just let the head, neck, and shoulders hang heavy. Once again, we're still in that wide straddle stance. Mat width distance apart or further with those feet. Go ahead and release the arms out beside you. Slowly come up. One vertebrae at a time. Let's bring the hands overhead and take reverse prayer. We're gonna drop the hands back, elbows hugged into the face. Our triceps are actually framing our face here. Bring the gaze up to the ceiling, feel the deep opening in the shoulders. 5 deep breaths here. Go ahead and release the hands up. And we'll come all the way to a seated position on our mat. Let's lay all the way down on our back. Make sure you can graze the feet with the fingertips. Now inhale to bridge pose, lift the hips up. The hands are at the ankles. We'll pause right here for 30 seconds. Once again, this is my favorite pose to practice daily, ensuring that we don't go into the day with back pain. Just 5 more deep breaths here. See if you can lift the hips just a little bit higher. And on the exhale, let's release everything down slowly with control. Release the left leg all the way down to your mat. Right leg hugs into the body. You can circle out the right ankle right here. Now let's open up the right arm beside us. Right knee comes over to the left side. Gazing over to the right hand. Let's pause here for 5 deep breaths. A little good morning twist. Should feel fabulous. We're doing our body a little bit of good before we go about our day. Taking care of our body right now is going to ensure, go ahead and bring that leg through center, that our body takes care of us. Go ahead and release that right leg down, left knee comes in. This is a good morning routine. Just have some coffee, stretch it out. 5 deep breaths. Go ahead and release the left knee over to the right side. Open up the left arm. Gazing over to the left hand. Go ahead and draw both legs through center. Let's inhale, draw the knees in. And on the exhale, find your way to Shavasana. If you like to bring a little bit of meditation into your mornings, you can meditate here on the floor for 2 to 3 minutes. Just close down the eyes. Visualizing that bright white light entering through the crown of the head and then making its way down your spine, down through the legs, and out of the feet. With every inhale, just a little bit more of that light making its way through. Just 5 more deep breaths right here. With every inhale, filling up with that light so you can carry it with you into the rest of your day. Last 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and roll yourself all the way up to a seated position. Crossing the legs, bring the hands to the heart. As always, the light and the love in me sees the light and the love and the dedication in you. I hope that this practice, in this short practice, you are able to cultivate some compassion for yourself and your body, And that way you are able to carry it out, to have more compassion for those around you. I invite you to bow with me. Namaste.